Hey, how's it going? Welcome to another video here on our channel of us talking about price action and really what's going on. And today I just really want to talk about, you're probably seeing a lot in the last week or so, all the whipsaw that's going on. It's at the top. Is it going to go up? It's going to go down. This is where a lot of traders actually get back all their money after they've earned quite a bit on the moves up or the more obvious moves. And this is where I really want to push. Not really so much looking at the charts and really so much analyzing the charts. It's really you have to. It's not talked a lot about actually in the trading industry. It's learning how to trade when the weather's calm, when things are smooth and easy sailing. You make a lot of capital, and then you need to reserve that capital. There is a time to invest and there's a time not to invest. It's always that way. And we can dig into the charts a little bit. We talk about it quite a bit throughout the all our recaps. It's all over our channel. It's everywhere that we always have any conversations on our lives. It's always talked about, and it is the honest truth. And all of us like to over trade. So you get that shot, if you will, of adrenaline. It's excitement. You see the count growing. You want to be like, man, if I keep this up, I'm going to be crazy wealthy, depending on where you find that to be the case. Everybody has a different number, but I will say that you get that energy in trading, where it's exciting, it's fun, and then the sad thing is it creates frustration when things aren't working. I'm going to go ahead and jump in the charts and show you a little bit of what I'm talking about, because this is really important. We all get suckered into this. I'm the same way. And the problem is I listen to all the noise just like everybody else does. And before you know it, you're trying to find a trade because you feel like, oh, I got to, everybody else is. So let's just look at it really quick. I mean, we're zoomed out on the 15-minute. You can see that we had a nice move here out of Sunday night, up, moving up very quickly. So there's different indicators and some things that you could have looked at for getting in this trade. But very simple is you had the run up here originally, and you can see this was a very solid line that was through here. Then you also had a pretty solid bottom that's through here. Our system actually calls all this out. You can trade it though on your own eyes. You can see I'm looking at it right now. Let's just take out everything that I have on my charts and keep it simple. So pretty basic, right? It's trading in this wedge. You can see it started to climb out, fell right back into it. Then it snapped out. Very volatile weekly candle close. And that makes sense because you just got through a lot of run up. And if I zoom back further, you can even see more of that same pattern really through here that we've already been playing with for a lot longer in this space. So we could go even back further, right? It's not a surprise to see this that's going on. This is fighting in this area. And I mean, we can go out to the higher time frames and get a little more clarity on these tops. All these areas, though, you can mark and you can see it interacting over the last week or so. Well, the energy and all the fun part of the move was all back here. Right here. This was the run up. A lot of money that was made during this. It just kept on pushing. Then it kind of fell back like it was going to fail, and then it ran up again. That was the end, and then it just grinded sideways, ran up. Then this is when people got suckered in thinking it was going to go back down. Really, yeah, it's just the topping out pattern. It's showing exhaustion, which isn't a bad thing, but this is trading. That's what I was saying. Turn that on, turn that off. This is trading, and this is where people get back all their capital. Everything that you just made on these last runs up, this is when you give it all back. So you think it's getting ready to break out here. Everybody's talking about this going to the moon, and obviously looking at it now, you're like, yeah, well, it topped out and fell. But a lot of people are pretty excited, like they're drawing all this weird stuff on here and these flags, and they were going to say it's going to go all the way up to this area. They weren't wrong. I mean, obviously it pushed and it keeps pushing, but it is burning out. If you're depending on how you trade, I'm not going to say anything more than that. If everybody has their own system and strategy, I've been called out on that quite a bit myself. Stick to it if that's what you're going to do. Find what shows you the highs and the lows. This one indicator that I use has everything built into it. There's a Lux Algo that you can use. I don't really care. I don't affiliate with any of them. All I care about is trying to use tools that are free to everybody is really the end goal, is what we went after. But this is really just RSI, MACD, moving averages, the ADX, energy. I'm not going to get into them here in this video, but you trade your own system. And all those are showing exhaustion in the market. So you can see strong movements in here, and there's a few setups, but it's very volatile, and you need to be trading a different mindset right now. Really, you want to be going after the higher time frames, because all those lines that I drew on here, you can see the higher time frames, it's a lot more respected. It's a lot easier to see. It's not this chop craziness. Well, if you're a 15-minute trader, if you're watching us, that's what we are. We're a 15-minute trader. Use the 5-minute for an entry. That's the basic strategy that we use. So that's how we kind of trade every day. But when the 15-minute is nothing but noise, we're not going to trade it either. Just like right now, you're saying, well, it's going to fail. Maybe. It hasn't shown us yet that it's going to fail. It has to actually start to break down these key areas on this 1 hour before I'm going to get too excited for this failing. This could just stay in this chop in this area and even chop here and just grind and then rip. I mean, this thing is still could still rip. The daily is still asking for it on that 200. And we've talked about that before on multi videos. This could easily, when you get out even further, it's even clearer that it could easily snap up to that 200. And this could run up to a higher area. Would not surprise me if it snapped out. Now, again, what are you as a trader? What are your rules? Why are you trading? What sets you up for the trade? You know, you tell me that. You tell yourself that. You practice that. You stick with that. That is your system. Now, if you want to trade ours and stick with us, well, there's our rules. Like we talk about it all the time. A lot of people get frustrated. So like, well, I don't understand your rules. I don't understand. It's support and resistance. Pretty easy. Let's just make it simple for everybody. It's a standard trading that everybody is trading. They're all trade support and resistance, or you can trade patterns if you see that. A lot of times what I'd like to do is find support and resistance in patterns. So yes, I like the daily. Like I just showed you, it's grinding up here. It's been grinding in the lower time frames. It's been very sideways. I just cleaned up some of the lines. This is the nice bottom that it had built when you're looking at that 1 hour that I was talking about, right? That grinded down and then broke, and then faked it out, really. It found a bottom. So that was a strong daily. If you were going to get the breakout, it would not surprise me for us to break out right through here. And yeah, go take this 200 or blow through it and then back test it back down in here. Now, this could, on the 1 hour, on the daily, this could open up a next candle here in a little bit. And this candle could come down and test this area. This is where you going into that lower time frames, you're going to get hit. You're going to get hurt. Because if I go back in now into that 15-minute and we trade, there's a lot of noise in this space. It looks like double topping. It could be an M pattern and it's going to fail, right? Like, what pattern do you want to call here? That's why I'm really saying you got to zoom out and look at the big picture, look at the bigger opportunity, and really what levels do we need to lose before we could even start to get into that. If I'm looking here on the 15-minute, this could be the pattern. It's very junky. And then if that was the case, well, there's that base that we were just talking about. Draw the line out, and well, wow, it's taken it down to 76,000. It's not going very far. Well, you could look at the 1 hour. Where's the 1 hour 200? Well, it basically just broke through it. Is all it did, and it could stop right anywhere, even in here, 77,006. That's just because we're estimating, right? We're guessing on a pattern. So this could just be a breakdown a little bit. Here is the 4 hour. And let's open that up. I have a very strong line that's right here as well, the 50 exponential moving average. exponential moving average, I use the 55. Again, it's right in that zone. So this could easily break down and take this all the way down. This could come down here and hold and fake you out and run up. That's what I'm talking about. This is the chop. This is the rough part of trading. This is where people start to give back all the capital they earn, and that is the point of what I'm going after in this video. Is do not give back what you earn. It's better to wait, even if you have to sit on two weeks where you don't even ever put a trade on. Because when the market's back, all that capital you have in your account, you get to put more on with less, or put less risk on, and be smarter in your trading. If you're trying to grow your account, you usually have to be more aggressive, and you get the more of the whipsaw that's going on. This is how you avoid that. Don't overtrade. And I just explained how people overtrade, and I am guilty of it as well. And that's why people say zoom out. And if the bigger time frames are really running the show, and you can see the bigger time frames on really where they want to hold support and move, then wait for it to go in that area that you're looking for in the bigger time frame, and then start trading your lower time frame. When times are moving really clean and they're just moving along, then you can trade a lot more cleanly. You can see this is where we're looking for this to come back into. This could easily grind down and stop right here. You're gonna get your stop hit? No, you'll be fine. Would I say jump into this right now? No. Why? Because you're already all topped out. Everything's exhausted right now, and saying it wants to possibly pull back. So let's let it get pulled. Let's put it pull back and tell us where it wants to go, because you are fighting in the 1 hour, 4 hour. Well, the 4 hour definitely could come and get its 200. Well, where'd you put your stop? Ouch, you just got hit. Well, why are you in the trade? Because it looks good right now and you want to get a better entry because it rips out of here. Don't get caught in that. There's always another move that's even better. Get on the good moves when they're dialed in, and make large capital when it's available. The last thing I'll just show that we have is our tools. It calls out the trade today, BTC. It just said it's choppy. We were just looking at the charts, so let's go back and see, was it choppy? Well, yeah, it ran up. Well, if you put the really where the area of strength was, well, really, it's right up in here. We just drew it on there. So really, it's right here on this white line. You could have said it's back down in here somewhere a little bit also. So yeah, when it broke through here, you could have possibly got on a trade. So let's say you got into this. Again, where do you put your stop? Back here. And you can see the energy that's snapping through here. A lot of upwards energy. So you could have made a $140 on $100 investment with high risk. This could have easily rejected in these areas. These are areas that have some high ceilings or some high resistance. And how do you know that? Well, let's go and look at, again, more tools that we actually build this on our own. This is us tracking our own levels. We actually have an indicator out and tracks these levels. This is us actually doing more math behind it. There's more tools that are being brought into this, and it's figured out, and it weighs the scale over here. And you can see it 77.8, 97 is very strong, which is all the way going to be down in this area right here. And this could easily grind right back down into that zone, and you can see how it interacts. This is a 15-minute time frame, builds about 3 days out. You can see how it's interacting here, bounces, starts to come back down, grinds, snaps through, but yet hits more of the wall again, breaks down, it's fighting in this area. You can see how it rejects and just plays perfectly in these zones. So as of right now, it's like, well, why would you jump on this? It may just crash right here and hit the brakes. It could come all the way down here and hit the brakes. This is a stronger area in the chart right now, right through here for support. And if you start to line up like we were just doing, it's giving you a pretty good probability of a trade, but it's also on the higher time frames is what we're looking at. What we like to do is see the lower time frames if we can get the snap through liquidity, which this is what happened today. It snapped through liquidity, but this is very ugly, right? Runs up, bounce, 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 snaps all the way back down. Starts out the day like this. This thing could have easily just been a, well, that could have been a flag that just crashed. Yes, it could have been, and this could have just kept going down and came down into these lower areas, 76,000. But no, we went ahead and ran up. This is crazy Monday. ran up, and then you can see it bouncing around. One other thing I'll point out on this, since I'm here, is we are starting to track our trades in here. You can see everything being built out here. This is our system, calling them out. This is when basically when it actually just got finally collecting the right information and self-trading. So this is watching our system as well, and we'll just keep letting this trade out. Obviously, this is just make-believe land that you can put in and see how things set up if you were putting money on the market on today's ETH trade that was given. It all depends on what you're investing. We always talk about $100. Well, today you would have made 169, and this is taking off 70% and letting 30% ride. So you took off 70%, and then the price actually crashed back down and you lost it. So anyways, guys, the whole point is what I'm really going after in the end is really be stuck to a system, really watch your system, and one of the biggest things in your system is battle test it to know when to not trade. Save that capital so when it's ready to be deployed, you can get the most out of it because you didn't let it get eaten up during this chop time. So, and I have a hard time saying chop because it's not necessarily a chop like what a lot of people refer to. It's just it's very strong in the movements, and when I say chop, it's not letting my system trade, which is a 15-minute chart, and I'm using the 1 hour, 4 hour for the fuel or the energy, the wave, the push, and then I'm using the 5 minutes to take an entry. Well, if you go and do that, you would get stuck in price action because you would be looking at this to take a trade. And if this is what you were looking at getting into, if this was set up better, this is where you kind of would be looking at taking a run up. So that's everything that you and I were just looking at, analyzing this. We're saying our stop needs to be way down here and analyze this. This could easily crash and start to roll over, and I have no reason to be touching this right now on a 15-minute. Even if it was during the day, this is ugly. The 5 minutes about ready to lose its major moving averages. So yeah, it's ugly, and we need to go out to a higher time frame, which I just went through with you guys. So practice that, and hopefully that'll save you capital and be in the back of your mind. Practice like going through trades every day, going through price action a day. Be always willing to zoom out when things look weird or when you're starting to lose a couple trades. I would say 1 to 2 trades starts putting a little red flag up. If you start hitting 3 in a row as a loss, then that's I don't know about you, but that's me walking away. I need to go back and start looking at my charts and really start thinking, hey, what's going on here? Because the system isn't giving me what I normally get. So let's figure this out. That way I don't, before I know it, I look at the account and the X amount down. Then I'm frustrated because in the next run, all I did was just regen what I just gave back. So yeah, you don't want to be caught in that whipsaw. So that is a great way to avoid it. So yeah, like and subscribe, guys. I would love to hear what you have to say. Put it in the comments. We're here constantly on Breakouts channel talking about this, talking about trading, and this is what we build a lot of our tools for. You just saw it. All those are custom built, and same with the indicators that we show are all custom indicators, and 2 of them at least actually are just for the public on TradingView. If you want to look at those, they are there, so you can't use them. Which actually this one right here, the KTPB Intel, basically marks the 1 hour, 4 hour, and it analyzes the last 3 candles in those time frames and then finds the confluence and puts them there. So you can see where price action really wants to run back down to, which is the gravity walls that I was showing you earlier. Really does show that it wants to run back into this pocket. So we could easily see that pretty soon. But all right, guys, we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll talk to you soon.